One more pillar.
One more.
Yeah, I said fit. You know, the one I really feel led to though right now, it's not a different pillar, it's still in fit.
Okay.
It's being mentally fit. And I think this is so important
Good.
for young people because we live in a time now where people you don't even know, right, will see you and be annoyed by your anointing. They will start rumors. They will talk mess. They will troll.
Yeah.
And sometimes we lean so deeply into that, Anthony, that it becomes a distraction to what God has actually called us to do that will help us build wealth.
Yeah.
And it is so important that your mind is just strong. For me, I grew up feeling very, very ugly. I was the insecure friend, right? I had security in being smart and achievement, which is why I was an overachiever, right? Like I was like, I can prove that I deserve love if I go do these things because I always felt so insecure about what I look like. And it wasn't until I was 22 years old and started therapy and dealt with some of my childhood trauma that I really started to, learn to forgive people who will never say I'm sorry. Many of us don't realize that we've had very traumatic upbringings, but we have.
Yeah.
And we don't realize how not healing some of those things impact the decisions that we make today because we're still trying to prove that we're worthy. So we buying stuff we don't need. We're driving cars we can't really afford.
Come on now.
We're living in houses or we're seeking and searching and climbing and going through all this stress and strife for things because we're looking for validation that doesn't come from stuff. It comes from us. And I had to go through years of therapy. I was 25 before I could look in the mirror and not cringe. I was 25 years old before I could look in the mirror and not wish that I looked like somebody else and critiqued my face and everything about me. And I say that because when I fast forward and I look at my life and what I've been able to do today, right? When I look at standing on stages in front of thousands of people and national television and my book, my face on what will become 5 books very soon here, I realized that had I not healed my childhood trauma, there would be no way for me to have the confidence to do the things that I would need to do to build wealth. And the truth is, no matter what you're doing career-wise, money-wise, it's only going to grow to the extent that you're willing to heal. If you keep spiraling in circles because in the back of your mind, you still listening to what so-and-so said, and the 12-year-old version of you was still seeking validation, and the 15-year-old version for you is still trying to buy friends, right? That's why you can't budget. You don't want people to judge, right? You're still worried about protecting images and all this. You will never be able to do the things with finances, entrepreneurship, and business, your career, that you are actually capable of until you deal with some of that trauma.
Never shared it on this show. I've shared it on the Dave Ramsey show, I think, maybe about like a few weeks ago. But what you're hitting on is so right. My never again moment was when I got tired of being insecure of myself. I was in Oceanside, California, and Southern Cal, well, just like you. And, I'm going to share my age, too. Back in the days when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21, back then we had the spinners on our cars. When we stopped, the wheels kept spinning and spinning and spinning. And on this one particular day, me and one of my good friends was out there at the beach. And we, at that time, used to always go to the beach, like on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and just chill out there and just, friends would pull up. Well, this guy will pull up, and I had a car. I was driving a 1987 Nissan Maxima, couldn't even go in reverse, and I had spinners on it. The wheels was worth more than my car. I had 212s on the back of it with a 1,000-watt amp. That the system was worth more than my car. But I was insecure in myself because I couldn't look in the mirror at myself neither. And I said, well, if I'm going to pull a young lady at the time, I need to look like I got it. Because my looks won't pull her, but maybe what I have will. And sitting at the beach, and my boy was in the car, and all my boys just pull up. I know a lot of them, and pulling up in Range Rovers, pulling up in Mercedes-Benz S-Classes, and got these spinners on the car, and music sounds good, and getting out the car with their ladies. And Patrice, I know all of them. Not one of them actually had their own apartment, but all of them were driving these expensive, nice cars. And I'm like, man, we're all faking it For what? And I was like, I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of faking something that I'm not just to impress someone who probably ain't gonna rock with me and she doesn't even like me. And not just her, but even the guys. Like, I'm tired of having to force myself in this lifestyle because I was taught, look wealthy. I was taught, look rich. I was taught, have the nice stuff. I wasn't taught, your pillars. I wasn't taught to get your mind right. And then I had to go through therapy as well. And honestly, still to today, I go through therapy.
Too.
This would be real. And so what you're teaching, I want to say thank you.